How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a very special video. Today I'm going to show you how to duplicate anything in the game. My name's Hux. We're here in the single player world where I do all of my Let's Play videos. We've never played on anything but hard survival mode, and we have trophies enabled and all that good stuff. And I'm going to show you how to duplicate a full shulker box full of shulker shells or anything else in the game. As long as you can put it in a chest, you can duplicate it. And the more you duplicate, the more you're going to have, and the more you can duplicate after that. So it's exponential. Here's some other things that you would maybe want to duplicate if you felt like that. I'm not going to be keeping any of this stuff if I duplicate it, except maybe the elytras, but everything else I'm just going to be throwing in the lava. I'm just going to be keeping these kind of boxes for technical reasons, so if you want a little bit more explanation as to why and how, and why it is that I'm basically showing you all of this, stick around to the end of the video. But first, I'm going to show you how it is that I do this, and it's going to be a little bit hard to record it, but try and stick with me here. So, this all works with autosave. So what we're going to do, basically, is normally I never play with autosave. It's one of the worst things you can do. And so usually when I hit the start button, it looks like this. And so what you want to do to start off the glitch is save the game and enable autosave. And once again, never do this except for this one particular occasion. Never play with autosave. So once you've done that, you should hit the start button and you should see the option to disable it. And that's how you know you're ready to go. So put the things in the chest that you want to duplicate, hop onto the chest and break it and hit the start button. Just like that. So take some timing, it's going to take some practice, but you should see the items break, and you should have not fallen down onto that block. So now what I'm going to do is cut the clip, but keep in mind it's no clickbait. This does work for you, but the fact that I'm trying to record this is a little bit, is going to screw it up a little bit. So you're going to want to hit the menu button and close the application, not like exit game, but through your PlayStation menu or your XMB menu or whatever console you're on, and close the game. So I'm going to do that. And when we're loading it back up, I will BRB. Alright, well, I had to cut the clip because if I tried to record that, I would not be able to save the footage. But you can see here that we got XboxOne's world. This is my single player world. And in that little thumbnail, you can see the chest still there, not have been broken. It hasn't been broken, words. And you can see here we're in survival hard mode, no host privileges, so no cheating has occurred except for the duplication glitch. So this will work in your survival world. So I'm going to cut this part out too because it takes a little bit to load such a massive world for me. But I will BRB once we're loaded it up. Okay, loading up the world. You can see all the things are loading in. And so what we should see is stuff in our inventory and stuff in the box. And there you go. We've just duplicated those shulker boxes. So what's so cool about this is every time you duplicate it, you've got twice as many to duplicate the second time. So it's exponential, and eventually you'll be able to duplicate an entire chest full of shulker boxes, full of items, which is amazing. And you can start off with just one shulker box. It's super handy. So again, I'm going to throw this in the lava because I don't want to keep any of the items except for these shulker boxes that I'm duplicating today, because I don't want to ruin the fun of the world for myself. And that's super important. You're going to want to use this glitch at your own discretion, because you could easily duplicate diamonds and tools and all of these things, and it would basically, you could just duplicate resources, and it would kind of take the fun out of survival. So for me, I've just stuck to things like maybe an elytra, because I only got 2 of them in the world, and these shulker shells, and I'll explain why in a minute. So let's do it one more time just so you can see the order of operations. So we haven't done anything here except for taking the things out of the chest, and we haven't hit the start button or messed with any of the save features, and so we're ready to go to do it one more time. So as long as you take the stuff out and then jump back on and put the stuff in, well, you can't stand on top of it and open it. Stupid update, worst update. So let's put the stuff back in the chest and let's do this glitch one more time, and I'll show you that it works exponentially. Perfect. Okay, while we're loading this back up, let me explain why it is I'm showing you guys such a game-breaking glitch, because it could definitely ruin some multiplayer servers or things like that. And so it's going to be up to your own discretion as to whether or not you want to use this in your single-player world. So I can't recommend enough. I implore you not to use this with anything except for shulker boxes, and maybe like a totem of undying, or maybe like a mob head or something. If you just really are in a pickle, and you don't want to waste tens of hours or hundreds of hours of your life trying to get an item, sometimes it's better to just cheat and just move on with your day. So that's kind of like my philosophy there. And you can see we've got a whole bunch of these starting to be built up. I have got a lot of shulker shells in this world. Very cool. So you're going to want to make sure to make a backup as well, because there are ways that you can lag out your world and create, like, you can corrupt your game and stuff. So make sure to make a backup if you're doing this for like the first time. But I'm fairly confident here in my world that we're going to be okay. So this is something else to think about. Alright guys, well I don't duplicate anything but these boxes, and I'm going to tell you why I'm sharing this with you guys today, and why I do it in my single player world. And so basically I have the option here to pack certain items into shulker boxes and then store them all into a bigger chest. So we could fill this all up with items, and we could store a whole bunch more into one double chest. Instead of having a big wall of chests full of bones, we can just have this one full of shulker boxes. And so if we come back here, we've got a whole bunch of boxes ready to go. And so this wouldn't really be possible without exploiting the game, because we'd only get, what, like under 100 of these, maybe a best case scenario, which would mean we could maybe, you know, stock this farm full of boxes, and maybe one or two other farms full of boxes, and then that's it. We would run out. And not to mention we would have to continually unpack them and refill them, and it would be this big time-wasting process. We'd have to go to the end dimension and reset the end dimension, so any progress we have over there would be reset regularly to get more boxes. So there's really no other option for us. We could either A, have a very limited amount of these and almost never use these packing units at all, except for in a few locations, or we could exploit the game, duplicate these, and have tons of fun with this new system anywhere we wanted to, save on tons of lag for storage, and just be able to, you know, use this cool new feature they've implemented with no restrictions, which is why I play video games, is to have fun, and I think it's a lot funner to be able to use these than to not be able to use these. Well, obviously, let me know what you think about that. Everything is subjective, and video games, especially the way that you have fun in a game, is all very subjective. And to me, it's totally way funner to be able to cheat a little bit, duplicate these boxes, and actually use them wherever we want to, than to not. And so if you're into that kind of thing, I think more power to you. It should be up to the player to decide how many of these boxes are able to be gotten in the world, because there's lots of other games that do that for you. One that comes to mind is Ark Survival Evolved. You have the ability to change the amount of resources that you gather from things, and you could bump it up to like 1 billion if you wanted to. So you kill one thing and you get 1 million of the drops from it, and that's totally legitimate. It's up to the player if they want to ruin the fun or slightly tweak the game. So I think that giving you the option by showing you this video is totally legitimate. If you want to ruin your survival world by duplicating stuff you're not supposed to, then go right ahead. If it's fun for you, then more power to you. Do whatever's fun. That's why you're playing a game in the first place. Don't let other people make you feel down about doing it if it's really what you want to do. But for me, I've just stuck with boxes because I think that's a pretty decent trade. Okay guys, let me know what you think about this crazy glitch. And if you liked the video, you hit that bell. Do it now. You hit it. You freaking hit that bell button so hard you smashed it right in your face. Bell to my dome piece. Squad fam out. Have a good day. Bye bye. Hit the bell. Do it now. You hit the bell.